This week we've got miniatures, action figures, and video games to talk about. I'm Angela, you're watching Hobby Night. Now let's get to it. First up, I want to go ahead and talk about the brand new Exo Driller that the squats are getting in Necromunda Ash Waste, because it is adorable, you guys. If you thought that the Dreadnought for the new Horus Heresy game was cute and sort of egg-shaped and round like me, well, oh my god, this Vartijan Exo Driller for the squats is even cuter. It's so squat, and it fits with them perfectly. And it's no surprise that we're seeing this because they're part of the Necromunda Ash Waste lineup, which means that we're going to be getting vehicles for everything. And while this isn't specifically a vehicle, it is a walker, and I absolutely love it. The lore for it's really cute too. It is an Exo Driller, so it's, you know, meant for mining, but over time they've added weapons to it to help protect the squats from all of those bandits that are running the Ash Wastes. I cannot wait for all these new models to come out. I still need to pick up my copy of the Ash Waste core set, but I do have one on reserve, so I will be getting that sometime soon. Let me know if you're interested in loving everything that we're seeing for the squats so far, because there's been a lot of cool lore as well as model reveals that they've been sharing recently. Let's talk about some Space Wolves, because JoyToy has some brand new action figures that are coming out, and they're completely themed around the Space Wolves, and it's called, I believe, let me double check my notes. Where is it? I didn't write it down. I think they're called the Claw Pack. But
I have that dramatic zoom in there and everything.
Oh my god, I found it. I found it in my notes.
All right, wait. Go.
There it is. That's right. They're called the Claw Pack. And these boys look fan-freaking-tastic. I overall have really loved what JoyToy has been doing for the action figures for the Warhammer 40k line. They actually have really cool action figures just across the board. They in fact even have some really cool Star Wars ones and just some generic mech ones that look amazing. But these Space Wolf ones in particular, much in the same way that the Chaos Marines really were on point and super thematic, these boys are exactly the same way. I especially love some of the sculpted helmets, I love the wolf sculpted helmets that we get on them. Those are really, really freaking cool. But I actually really love the unhelmeted where you get to see their face, because both of them are just such Space Wolf faces, and it works so gosh darn perfectly.
Because you think one of them is pretty.
I do think one of them is pretty. I actually think both of them are pretty. Like, even the older man and the younger man, I think they're both hot. Regardless, the other thing that I really like about them is there is some minor customization that you can actually do with these JoyToy figures, because they are interchangeable, all of the pieces. So you can kind of mix and match and actually build your squad the way that you want them to look, rather than following a default pattern that the toy recommends, which is often what happens when you get action figures. So seeing that variety is actually really cool. These things are a bit expensive. I'm expecting this particular set, based off of some of the other 4-packs that we've seen, to be about $129 USD or your regional equivalent, but
so about one night.
Yeah, about one night. But you're getting 4 action figures. They're really well painted, and honestly, they just look rad. So I personally think it's very worth it, and I hope that I can pick up this particular set. It's that time of the video where I interrupt to tell you about my Patreon and to let you know that we just added a Discord server, which all tiers get access to. So if you're wanting a way to chat with me, share with me your projects, or just tell me what board games you're playing, definitely make sure to check the link below and check out my Patreon.
Morningstar, this is Wormwood. The plague is growing worse. I can confirm 6 zones now locked down. The mood here is ugly. People are afraid.
Release clamps. I redirect troop transport 99 at a low orbit approach.
I repeat, the Hive authorities have now officially confirmed an outbreak of pestilence. precaution measures have been issued. Units of the Mobian 6 Astra Militarum, scheduled for frontline deployment, have been reassigned to assist with quarantine control in the hive.
Drop 2, respond. Drop 2, what is your status? Drop 5, advance to
Ask
secondary
myself,
target.
how bad must it be if frontline units have been reassigned? The Fringe War is Atoma's primary concern, and yet they retain troop elements to handle the crisis. Morningstar, I beg you acknowledge. How long until your arrival?
Now we're moving into the realm of video games because we've got some more news from Darktide. And this time, we know that we're getting a new Psyker class in the game, which is really cool to see because if you've ever played Vermintide, there was the Pyromancer, and we're getting an equivalent to that. This character class is going to even function very similar to the Pyromancer, where if you keep using the warp in your abilities and you go too far, you explode, which is always a fun, just thing to have happen in the game. Now, we also learned very recently that there's going to be some minor customization that you can do to the characters, which might explain why we've seen 2 different veteran guards as the promos have been coming out for the game, which means that because we've now had the Psyker revealed, we've seen the Ogryn, we have the Zealot, and we have our veteran, we're probably going to have a 5th class, which I am very excited to see what it is, because I don't actually know, but I really, really hope that maybe it'll be a Sister of Battle or perhaps a Ganger. I don't really know, but really I want it to be a Sister of Battle. Please, 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 please give me a Sister of Battle that I can run in the squad. That would be absolutely fantastic. I want to know what you think it might be down in the comments below, so give me your theories. And last but not least, earlier this week, the acquisition for D&D Beyond by Wizards of the Coast has officially gone through. They own it now, and to celebrate, they're giving away 2 free books on the platform, one of which is the Lost Minds of Flandelver, which I believe is the starter set campaign that you can get in the 2 different starter sets that they have for D&D 5th edition. The other one is Acquisitions Inc., part of their collaborative effort with the folks over at Penny Arcade, which has been out for a little while, so none of these 2 books are new, but it is cool that they're giving out them for free to help celebrate basically them buying this new company. The books will be available between now and May 26th, so if you haven't got them already and you have D&D Beyond, or it's been something you've been interested in getting, you can sign up and get these now. All right, that has been it for hobby news this week. Now, before I head out, I wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up to what's coming on the channel because we had a little bit of a light news week this week. First of all, I have a fun painting challenge coming out this Friday. So
You call it fun, I call it soul crushing.
He thinks that, but I'm going to prove him that I can meet his challenge without any problems. We'll see actually how it goes. I haven't actually got started on it, but I'm very excited for it, so be looking forward to that on Friday. Now, I also wanted to mention that we are actually going to a couple of conventions this weekend, which I'm hoping to film some content around while I'm there, so be looking forward to that in the coming weeks as we release that. I have been Angela. Before I go, I wanted to give a huge thank you to my patrons for making it so that content like this can continue to happen. Without your guys' support, we would not be doing this, so thank you so much. And everybody that has been active on the Discord, you guys are amazing. I love everything you're sharing, so just never stop. It's been awesome. I have been Angela, and I hope you have a wonderful hobby night.